When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger, where you'll find over 30,000 mouth-watering choices that excite your inner foodie. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices, plus extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week. You can also save up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with fuel points. More savings and more inspiring flavors make shopping Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. From the launch your online shop stage, all the way to the we just hit 1 million orders stage. No matter what stage you're in, Shopify's there to help you grow. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/special offer, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/special offer.
Triller. Welcome to the Norm Hyperbolic Filler. We're usually here to talk anime, video games, and movies. I am your host, X, also known as Young Morgan Freeman. And with me, as always, is my co-host, Kid Lewis.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Kid Lewis, being a menace to society like always. What's up? How was good, bro? You good?
I'm good, bro. Just another late night podcast, another late night filler in this piece.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like I said in the last episode, it's just therapy, bro. It's a little therapy session.
The hyperbolic therapy. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
So are we both in therapy? Who's the therapist? Or are we just what's the dynamic?
What's the dynamic? Like, am I the patient and you're the therapist?
I don't know.
Nah, bro. I think we're both therapists. We're just
we take turns therapizing each other. Okay, well there it is.
No Diddy on that one.
No Diddy on that beat.
So how you been, bro? Anything good? Anything popping? Anything new with you? Let the people know, bro.
A lot of new stuff, bro. I've been watching, reading, and playing a lot of new stuff. A lot of old stuff too, but also a lot of new stuff. So a lot of things that I'm planning on playing, watching.
How do you feel about that? The Delta app.
I've been playing it, bro.
On the iPhone, on the iOS.
Yeah, I've been
playing it. Yeah,
I've been rocking it, bro. I bought the backbone, like the fucking iPhone backbone or whatever, from Costco like last Christmas for $50. And it came with the $25 gift card for PlayStation. So I basically got it for like $25 or whatever. But, I haven't been able to really use it. But with the fucking Delta, I can like play those games. Yeah. Because there's some games like, the Pokemon I can play, pretty idly. But like any Street Fighter or any like high intensity games.
You need the buttons.
Yeah, bro. Because I can't fucking tap my phone and play those games.
No, for sure, for sure.
What about you? Have you just downloaded it or what?
I downloaded it the other day, but I haven't had a chance to actually download any emulators and ROMs.
Yeah. No, I stacked my phone with a bunch of games. So
is there a specific game you like playing?
Let me see. I can tell you right now. I've been playing the Pokemon game, and I kind of fell off of it. Which one Pokemon? I was playing both. I was playing Emerald and then Fire Red, but I just fucking dropped them both.
You dropped them both? Why?
Yeah.
You got tired of it?
Well, because I've played those games like 100 times, so it is fun in the beginning, but then once you get to a certain point, I was like, there's no point in like going any further. And I was getting like, I hate playing this with games like that, like Skyrim. I don't know how many times you've played Skyrim, but I played Skyrim like also 100 times. So usually when I play it again, I'm like, okay, I want to do things different. So I might pick like a new starter or a new class or a new, like allegiance to something or whatever. But then I seem to always be falling back to my old habits. And I don't know, like, so in the Pokemon game, I just got to the part where you get Eevee, and I was like, okay, what am I going to do? I always go with Jolteon. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, this time I want to do Flareon maybe, or Vaporeon, and I just fucking broke down and did Jolteon again. And that shit pissed me off, and I was like, okay, well, just go back. I was like, no, fuck this game. I'm not doing it again.
Damn, bro.
So now I'm playing games that I haven't played or beat.
Like Mario Kart? Any Mario Kart in there?
Nah, no Mario Kart.
Or any Mario games?
Mario Golf I have on here. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. That's a good one that I wanted to play.
Definitely.
Oh, Mega Man. All these Mega Man games.
Yes.
Those are games I had to play with the backbone. I can't play that on my phone.
No.
Yeah, and then I even got it so I can do the Nintendo DS games. Been trying to get some Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars in this piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up, bro.
What about you?
I feel like I low-key been missing solo leveling. Like
Missing it?
Yeah, just missing it. Like just, since season 1 ended, I just haven't gotten my like reincarnation kind of like vibe, like superpower ranking up kind of anime. You know what I'm talking about?
What about season 2 of Vending Machine, bro?
Yeah, bro, yeah. But I've actually been watching 3 animes about reincarnated. First one is called I Was Reincarnated as the 7th Prince So I Can Take My Time Perfecting My Magical Ability. Have you heard of that one?
I have not.
So this anime is basically about a guy that got killed by some noble wizards, but he is like a freak about magic. Like he wants to know every single little detail.
He's a nerd for magic.
He's a nerd for magic. The problem was before he died, he was a low-class wizard. So his powers wasn't as strong as people that were gifted, like nobles and princes and stuff like that. That they're more gifted or shine upon with more magical powers.
Okay.
Basically, it's funny the way he died. He got burnt alive by a wizard that showed him what true fire magic looks like. Mm-hmm. And while he was being burned alive, he was like, it hurts, but oh my God, look how amazing this fire ability, like the way he can summon this much fire, I could never. And he was just praising the fact that he was being burned alive by such a beautiful fire magic.
Wow, very nice.
So when he was reincarnated into a noble family, but he was the 7th prince. I think he
has to kill all 6 of his eldest siblings.
That's what you would think, but he actually loves the fact that he is the last son of the king because he gets the least attention. But what happens is that him being reincarnated into a noble family, he got gifted wizard powers. Like, he's the chosen one when it comes to like wizard powers. But since he is the last son of the king, he gets to like, they don't have expectations for him. Because you're like, oh, he's not going to take over the kingdom. He's the last child, blah, blah, blah. Usually the first child is the one that's heir to the throne. Going into like that Game of Thrones vibe. Usually the first child is the one, and usually the second and third are fighting for that position.
So do you like that kind of stuff? That knights and kings and wizards and...
I kind of like it, but what's good about him is like he is fucking powerful. I mean, like crazy powerful at his age. And just because he knows that he's just into magic, and then the fact that he finally gets to be blessed with magical powers, like before his past life, because in his past life he wasn't blessed. I mean, he still was able to produce magic, but not to that level that he is now. And the way they show it is like he's constantly trying to not show people that he is talented.
So is he the most talented?
He is the most talented, but he hides it because he doesn't want people to know. But all he wants to do is just stick his nose in more magical books. And anytime he hears about like dungeons, or he hears about like a library that's hidden somewhere around the world, like he just wants to go there because he wants to learn other types of magic or just understand it better. Or even like when he goes to dungeon, he wants to understand like how it works. Or when he fights a final boss, like what kind of fire magic they use, and is their fire magic stronger than his? And if it is, how can he recreate their fire magic kind of thing? So he's like next level. He even fights demons, and he's just in awe how strong demons are and their magical power, and he just wants to like understand and compare and then recreate their magic. So it's pretty cool.
I mean, sounds pretty cool.
The second one I'm watching is called Chilling in Another World with Level 2 Super Cheap Powers.
Why are you watching all these anime?
This is on my list. I'm telling you, I said I miss solo leveling. I low-key miss it, so I feel like I'm just kind of like hanging out with these episodes until solo leveling season 2 comes out.
Yeah.
It's a guy named Banasa that got summoned into another dimension as a true hero, supposedly to save the kingdom from the demon lord, so on and so forth. But when he got evaluated for his powers, it showed that he was weak. And they're like, well, how, so they thought they fucked up in the incantation or something, and they ended up just bringing a random person. So they basically said, you know what, hey, sorry, but we can't send you back to your world, because usually that's how it works. They can't send you back. Once they bring you, they can't send you back.
Okay.
They like, here's some gold, here is this like bag with like
beans.
anything that you would probably need to survive. Thank you, we apologize. And they send him off, and they cast him off to a forest that is supposed to be overtaken by demons, which is a fucking foul move for the kingdom to do. Like, you brought me here, and then because I'm no use of you, you're just gonna discard me into the fucking forest full of demons. Cool. So what he ends up finding out is that he does have really strong powers. He has infinity powers. And every time he casts a magic spell, he gains newer magic spells. Or if he gets attacked by a certain magical spell, he can then redo it and understand it better and maybe cast different magic depending on that magical spell that was cast upon him. So
sounds like reincarnated as a slime.
Yeah, so there's like, but he decides that fuck the demons and fuck the humans. I'm just gonna live my life. So that's the word chilling. So he's just chilling in this world now. But when people find out that how strong he is, they're like, can you fight on our side? So there's like demons trying to recruit him, humans trying to recruit him, the kingdom trying to recruit him, and he's like, no, I'm good. Like, I just want to live my life. It's pretty good though. It's pretty good, man. Okay. And then the last one is called Remonster. Have you heard of that one?
I've heard of like the Reese series, but not this one. Remonster, no.
So Remonster, it follows the main character. His name is Rou, is R-O-U, Rou. So in his past life, he went on a date. The woman that he went out with ends up being a psychotic woman, stabs him to death.
Okay.
He gets reincarnated into a goblin. The perk that he gets for being reincarnated is that anything he eats, he gains the ability of.
Yeah, that's also like slime.
Yeah, so he gets the ability. So what I like about this one is he does become powerful. Eventually he ends up leveling up. He takes over the goblin community that he's born in. They do talk about like kidnapping human women and impregnating them, and then because they can have more goblin babies or whatever. So they talk about that, which reminded me of the Goblin Slayer.
Right.
But he stops that. He's like, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Right. So then there's an episode where the older goblins come back from like a mission that they go on, and they bring back some female humans that they end up capturing, and they're all ready to, impregnate them, right? And he's
Dicks
like,
out.
so he's like, hey, let me take care of the human woman. And the elder was like, nah, bro, what, like, who are you? You know what I mean? Like, that's not how it works. You think you're just gonna get the females? Nah, bro, that's not how it works. So then he's like, okay, I'll fight you for it. And I'll fight you for the position of who's in charge. But the cool part that I like is that you, in a way, you're thinking like, how strong can he really get? Like, how much stronger can he get? And I mean, he can eat anything. It's just not like monsters. Like, he can eat like crystals. And if the crystals can empower him, he gains powers from that. So like anything he eats, he gains power.
You are what you eat, bro.
Yeah, basically. So his way of saying it, because somebody in the anime questioned him, like, why do you always got to eat whatever you kill? And he says it's like a warrior way of respecting the fact that you defeated the enemy. That's a way of like taking them in. Like it's a way to show respect. That's the way he says it.
Yeah, the Native American way.
Mm-hmm. We do end up finding out that there is stronger enemies, like way stronger than him. So he's like intrigued by that. He's like, I want to eat them because I want to be stronger.
These definitely sound like some solo leveling knockoffs.
Yeah, so like, a little knock, but it's decent. It's worth the watch.
Yeah,
way better than reincarnated into a vending machine.
Well, speaking of magic and fucking wizards and shit, I'm trying to start this new D&D campaign.
Yeah.
So I remember in the previous episodes we talked about how I was doing this campaign. I reverted back to being a player, so I'm no longer running that campaign. I'm just like, you just have more fun as a player than as like the dungeon master.
Okay.
But I have this other group of friends that want to play, and it's their first time playing. None of them really want to be the dungeon master, so I volunteered myself as the dungeon master in this campaign. So there's like another pre-written campaign that I'm doing, Storm King's Thunder. So would you ever think you would play D&D?
Oh, I'll give it a chance. I've never played it.
In
all honesty, I've never played it. I've seen people play it. There is a store in Naples. I can't remember the name of the store. It's in the mall in Naples.
Okay.
They have D&D days that people come together and play D&D in the store.
Yeah, it's super fun, man. If you're creative, then I think that you'd have a lot of fun with it. And even if you're not creative, like as long as you're like attentive to like what's going on, because a lot of the game is played in your imagination. So you can have like little figures, like in the R1 campaign, they bought figures that they want to use. So it's just to help keep everybody's attention to the table, because you have your little figure and it helps you, imagine your guy. I just love that you can just fucking do anything you want in that game. Like anything. Give me a situation, you can fucking do it. I want to, lift this big rock, just roll for it. If you want to charm somebody, you want to see how many women you can get. You can just roll for it. You want to fucking try to steal everybody's money, roll for it, everything. So that's what I'm attracted to for that game. Going to be the Dungeon Master this time around.
But in that sense of like you can do whatever you want, is there guidelines to stick yourself to the story and not like go elsewhere? Like
the way it works usually is that the Dungeon Master has like either a pre-written campaign, or he has like an idea of the story he wants you to play.
Okay.
Usually everybody will come together for the common goal. So like if you and 3 other people wanted to play, and I'm the Dungeon Master, I might say, hey, you guys meet at this bar, blah, blah. This guy comes in and he says, hey, I'm offering 100 gold pieces to the first person that can catch this guy. And he points to a piece of paper that has, somebody on it. So you can choose to ignore that. And you can just either try to rob him for the money right there. You can try to kill him. Whatever. You can try to sell him a timeshare if you want. Like, you could literally do whatever. But, we should all play together and kind of like guide the story. So,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, as the Dungeon Master, like, don't you have to like guide them into going?
You don't control anybody else's character, but you can influence them.
Okay.
So that's where it gets kind of like, everybody at the table has to want to play the game also.
Can somebody in the game, like I was going to just say, can somebody be like an asshole?
You can.
And just be like, nah, bro, we're not doing that today.
You can.
Or we're not going there today.
There's been times where like in a group of 5, all 4 of us want to do something and we're trusting this guy and he's like leading us. And then this rogue 5th person just fucks it up for everybody. And then you have to roll initiative and start combat, because the person got a little too antsy or untrustworthy. Or like if you're sneaking through a castle, and then somebody like steps on a trap or somebody just makes a really loud noise or whatever. We have somebody in our campaign. His name is Poorage. Poorage. Spelled Poo Rage.
Is that his real name or is that his game name?
That's his game name.
Okay.
So he's a hot-headed, every time they meet somebody, he just fucking is talking shit to them and is 2 steps away from fighting them. Most of the time, people have to like calm him down or get in the way. But, that's how his character is. His character is a fucking barbarian. Okay. So, and then it's the job of the DM to like enforce consequences for all the players' actions. So yeah, it's funny, if you just fight everybody you see, or if you want to try to, like whatever you want to do, but then there's consequences to it. So if you fail the check, then your character either gets knocked on his ass or, the person doesn't trust them anymore. So
I got you.
It's fun, man. It's fun. So, I mean, if you ever want to join, bro, I feel like we're always adding people to the campaign, and people fall off too. So it's like, with one shots, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm playing this Saturday.
This Saturday night?
Saturday night. Yeah. That's what we're going to be doing. And, we're just starting it off.
Do you guys do it here or do you guys like plan ahead, like,
no, we rotate
to somebody's house?
Yeah, the first campaign that I'm doing, we are trying to do every 2 weeks, but there's so many people that sometimes it's hard to get everybody together. Well, and then this new campaign we're gonna shoot for once a month.
Once a month?
Yeah.
So how long does the campaign usually last?
Years.
It lasts years.
Years. Especially imagine. So if for campaign number 2, if we try to do that once a month, we're only going to play 12 times a year. So, and depends on how long you play. Usually you play for like, 1 to 2 hours, maybe longer, depending on how much everybody is willing to go at the table.
How do you keep track of like where everybody's at when you play the next turn or like the next time?
You take notes. So the D&D or the DM has like his notes of like the story that he wants to tell.
But why does it take long? Like, can you just make a short one? Like a short mission or something? Like,
so we've done that before. We have done it's called a one shot. So where you can kind of wrap up the story in the 2-hour session
Yeah.
that everybody's there. It's kind of difficult with new players because once you're new, you're kind of just starting out and everybody's getting a feel of their character. So in the one shot that we did, I just had everybody start at level 5 and we just fucking, went at it. And like you jump into combat, you don't have to wait for it like you normally do. You kind of have to like role play a little bit up until you get to the combat. Or
so I can't just come in at level 100.
It only goes up to level 10.
I can't come in at level 10.
You can, but then it depends on like what everybody's up to. Like if everybody's going to be on level 10 and I'm just going to do it like at the highest level, then yeah, we can.
Okay.
But you have to like, like when you were talking about the place in Naples, I'm sure you can just walk in with any kind of character and then they can like slot you in.
Okay.
And it's, it's theater of the mind. So characters fall off, they die, new characters come in.
Can you custom make a character piece?
You can.
Is there a website for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's what I wanted to do, but I'm just waiting for...
Do you have a piece?
Not yet. I have a piece, like, in my cart or whatever.
I was going to say, can I see it?
Yeah, no, I'll show you.
What is your character called?
So I have 2 characters. My favorite character is Doc. He is a drunken master monk.
Okay.
So he studies the way of the drunken master. So in the game, he's always drinking and he's always falling over, but he has a high acrobatics and dexterity modifier. So even though I'm falling over, like I can catch like arrows out of the sky, and I like to play my character too. So sometimes I'll fall, and usually when you fall, you go prone, and then if people try to make attacks on you, they roll at an advantage because you're like laying down basically. So I don't mind doing that just because it adds more to the character. And then there's this thing called inspiration, where if you play to your character, the DM will grant you inspiration and you can like re-roll a shitty die.
Okay.
So there's things like that. And because, you kind of want everybody to, like, the more fun each player is having, then the more fun it is for everybody. That's my favorite character is Doc. And he's just like unmaterialistic. So I give money away. I give my share of like the loot to everybody in the group. I'm always looking for the best ale. It's just like, it's super, super fun. And then my other character his name is actually Lewis. Louis Elron.
Louis Elron.
He's a sorcerer, pirate, half-elf.
That's a weird mixture. Okay.
Yeah, so he started off as a pirate or whatever, but then he is
He went to sorcery school.
He
got a diploma.
He kind of dropped out of sorcery school.
So there is a school.
There's a school. It's a magic school. So he got to the last level and then he dropped out because he was getting picked on for being like a half elf. They were telling him to choose a side between like the humans and the elves, and he didn't want to choose, so they kind of fucking kicked him out of that school. He's looking for a particular book that is kind of like, he believes it to be like a family heirloom, but he can't really he has no proof, but he definitely believes that it belongs to his family. So everywhere I go, I'm looking for this book, and I'm like, hey, is there a library? Every time we hit the town or a new town, I'm like, okay, is there a library? So things like that also help your characters become like motivated. So if you don't know what to do, you just fall back on what your character is. So he's always reading a book, and it's one of those things that I don't think he'll ever find the book, but every time I get a new book, whatever the DM gives me, then I get I become like a master of that.
Okay.
So like cooking or mixing or fucking axe throwing or anything weird, underwater basket weaving, things like that. Like
underwater basket.
Yeah, man, if there's a book for it, bro, I'm the fucking best at it.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, and he's a pirate, so it just works for like when we're on the ship. Okay. So I have like advantage on steering the ship and just things like that.
Interesting.
It's cool, man. It's super cool. And then, so that's what I've been reading is that damn D&D campaign. And then watching, we have kind of slowed down on the Extrava Jackie Chanza. There's a couple of movies that I still want to do, but...
What's the last movie you guys watched from...
The last one we saw was Skip Trace.
Skip Trace.
It's with Johnny Knoxville and Jackie Chan, the guy from Jackass.
Yeah. No, I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it before. My son picked it out, but, it was fine. I kind of thought it was going to be more slapstick because you do have Johnny Knoxville in it. Mm-hmm. And, Johnny Knoxville and Jackie Chan can both take a punch. So I kind of thought that they were going to use that, but not really. But the next one I want to watch is definitely the Kingdom one. I want to watch Police Story. There's like a few other ones, but the reason that we're slowing down is because tomorrow instead we're going to watch the Mad Max movie. We want to watch Fury Road because that's a good one I heard. But then the one in the movie theaters that we're going to watch on Friday is a prequel to the last Mad Max.
Okay.
So even though we're watching them out of order, technically, I think that the way that they make the movies, they kind of are going to call back to this movie, even though it's in the future. So that's on the slate for Family Movie Night, and then we'll go back to doing Jackie Chan. But I have a friend of mine the guy that I'm playing D&D with on the second group. They're like older, so but not that much older, but enough that they fucking call attention to it. They're surprised at how many movies I haven't seen. They're like, "Oh my god, you have this movie podcast and you haven't seen like The Goonies?" And I'm like, "Well, we do anime, video games, and movies. Movies is the third."
Yeah, it's not like usually when it comes to movies, it's more like reviews.
Well, so I do love movies though, I don't want to say I've seen a bunch of movies, but I just love watching a movie, and I will watch anything. So it just depends. And
I was surprised you'd never seen Home Alone, bro.
Right. So it's shit like that. It kind of like bothers people that I haven't seen these movies, because I get really like not particular with my movies, but if I'm watching a movie, I am super invested. Like I don't really like to watch movies in the background, especially if I know it's going to be a good movie. Mm-hmm. And not that I don't want to rewatch a movie, but I feel like I'm wasting my time if I'm not giving it my full attention. My uncle used to say, lazy people work twice as hard. And it's just watching a movie. But if you half-ass it the first time, then you have to go back and redo it.
Rewatch it for the second time.
So,
and give it like that full attention. Because you're always going to miss something or...
Well, because even the movies that I have seen, when I was young, like I don't really remember them. So I've seen like Terminator 2. I've seen RoboCop. I've seen, movies like that. Good movies, but I wasn't really paying attention to them. Mm-hmm. So what's the point in saying that I've seen them when I can't tell you a single thing from it? I can't recall anything of it. Yeah. So what the fuck is the difference, But
it's the beauty of the brain, bro. Sometimes you forget shit and then you get to rewatch it.
Bro, I fucking forget everything.
Maybe when we get old, I'll forget about Solo Leveling or
maybe
some good ass anime.
Your kids, like, damn. Your grandkids are gonna have to talk to you about it.
Yeah, then I gotta have to rewatch it. And it's gonna feel like the magic all over again.
Yeah, that's another thing that I do like about it. Yeah, so he has a list of like 80s movies that he wants me to watch. So I told him to give me 5 movies at a time, and then we'll go like that. He's trying to start in the 70s, but I'm like,
you're going too far.
I mean, it's not too far, but it's like, I don't know. He was like, just tonight, he was like listing off the movies that are on like the top 100 movies of the 80s, and Akira and Studio and My Neighbor Totoro was on it. Yeah. So I was like, oh, I've seen those movies.
Yeah, anime, bro. They're top tier anime movies.
Yeah. So that's what we've been watching. And then last thing for playing, I have been getting it with the God of War. I know.
How far you get?
I'm on the last level.
That's what's up.
So without spoiling it, it's war.
It's been more than a year, bro.
It's Ragnarok, bro.
At this point, I don't think you're spoiling anything.
Well, just for you, you haven't like.
I haven't played it.
It's Ragnarok, bro. Ragnarok is upon us.
Okay.
So I'm definitely doing that. And I remember, obviously it's been over a year. Remember when I was telling you, Fred was like, "Oh, this is like you haven't even got to the good part yet."
This is the good part.
This is the good part.
Okay. Finally.
This is the good part, bro.
That's what's up, bro.
So, and I just kind of started it. Like, I just started the end. So, and then I also still have the damn fucking DLC to play after that. And I looked it up. It's like 5 to 6 hours.
Damn. You still got.
I still have a little bit. So, when I tell people, I made the bet with Fred that I was going to be able to beat the game before the year's over. And like, before the year's over, it's only fucking June. It's only May or whatever. And I'm like, takes me a while to play video games.
Takes you a while to play video games. Takes you a while to watch these old movies.
I know. So.
Gotta catch up, bro. Gotta catch up.
I'm busy, bro. I'm busy, mad busy. I got a job. I got a kid.
I know, man.
And then also X-Men Legends. Have you ever played that game? Have you ever played like Marvel Ultimate Alliance?
Yeah, Marvel. Yeah, I played those.
So it's like that, but it's before that. It's like an X-Men game.
What system? Is it an old game or is it?
It's an old game. It's on your beloved PS2. But we're gonna be playing it on GameCube, just so we can get like, in case we want to, we can get like 4 people playing.
Okay.
At a time.
You got a GameCube?
Yeah, we have it in the fucking.
Oh yeah.
It's just a friend of mine. We played it a long time ago when we first started hanging out, and he recently got into the X-Men. Because have you seen X-Men 97?
No, I've been dying to watch it, though.
I kind of want to watch it too, but I've been rewatching the old stuff, and then once I get caught up, then I will get into the new X-Men. So it's just so easy for me to watch it while I edit. Because that is something that I can watch in the background. He's really into it now. I was like, yo, let's fucking play this game, bro. Because I love X-Men. I love the X-Men more than the Avengers.
Okay.
The X-Men is my shit. Like that's my comics of choice.
X-Men.
Yeah. I mean, I love Spider-Man, but definitely, man, definitely.
What do you
X-Men.
think? Have you seen the trailers for the new Deadpool and Wolverine?
No, I don't like to watch trailers for movies that I know I'm gonna watch.
Oh yeah, because you don't want to spoil anything.
I don't want to spoil it.
You just want to go in there, just.
Yeah, there's like every time I go on YouTube, there's like I feel like I don't know if it's new or not, but there's a new thumbnail at least for like 15 minutes of footage for this video game Sun Wukong, Black Myth Wukong. No, it doesn't look like God of War, but it's about this monkey. I fucking love monkeys, but it's basically the story that was the inspiration for Dragon Ball.
Okay.
He's just a god. His name is Sun Wukong. He's a monkey with a staff. He's a shape-shifting god. But there's a game that's coming out, and they announced this game like 2 years ago, and it's still not coming out for another 2 years. So I don't know how good this game is actually going to be. I saw the first trailer, and I just don't want to watch any more trailers. I just want the game to get here, because there's no point in me living in the trailer when I know the game's going to come out. So I don't need to sit and watch parts of the new movie for the Deadpool if I know I'm just going to watch the movie. Like, I don't need to see that shit right now.
Okay, I get you. So you just like going in blind, like just
as blind as I can, man.
Just to get the full effect.
Yeah, that's just what I've been reading, watching, and playing, bro.
So I'm assuming you haven't seen the trailer for the new Venom movie that's coming out soon.
No, I saw a thumbnail. Fred loves Venom.
This is supposed to be the last one.
Yeah, well, they always do it like that in threes.
Yeah.
I bet if it makes money, which I don't know if it will, that they'll just make another 3. Or they'll try to merge it with the other Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll see, man. We'll see how that goes.
We'll see. But I'm definitely going to watch it, that Venom movie. So I was like, nah, I don't need to really see the trailer.
Yeah. Yo, so I saw the other day, you sent me a freaking text about it. Godzilla -1.
Oh, yeah. It's on Netflix.
I saw it.
Okay, what?
I was trying to go back in my head and rethink about the day that we did the episode for the review on that movie. And I just kept thinking about the stuff that you were saying towards the end. Like, there's like a little bit in the end that could lead to a second parter kind of thing.
Right.
I think you had mentioned that. The thing that just kept popping up to me was the fact that you kept saying, like, the way Godzilla looked, like, it looked like pieces of shit in his face.
Right.
Or like pieces of shit molded in his face.
Yeah, he looked like the side of a mountain.
Yes. So I was looking at the Godzilla. You're right. It is an ugly looking thing. It's like...
It's good, though. I like that it's ugly.
You like that it's ugly? Like, it looks like...
He's a monster, bro. He's a fucking big monster.
No, I understand. But I was also looking at the CGI of Godzilla.
Okay.
And the way it moves. And I was trying to compare it to America Godzilla. Mm-hmm. Especially the last one, Godzilla versus King Kong, or...
Have you seen it? Godzilla X Kong?
X Kong, yeah, I saw it.
We haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen it yet?
No.
Oh, wow. I'm surprised. Mr.
Go to the movies? I know.
Mr. Regal Card Unlimited.
Bro,
you haven't seen it?
We went to the movies to see the Planet of the Apes movie, and we almost did like a whole day at the movies because they were playing Kung Fu Panda 4, which I wanted to watch, or the Godzilla movie. And I was like, damn, these are all really good movies that are out right now.
Yeah. But anyways, I saw the one on Netflix, and I didn't like it, bro.
No? -1?
I didn't like it.
What would you have rated it? Because I know you didn't watch it at the time.
I would probably have given it grade 8.
Grade 8?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't bad, but there was just things that I didn't like the way it looked. I didn't like the way Godzilla looked, and I didn't like the way he looked when he was walking on land. Like, he looked like a robot. Like, the way his thighs would move, and I was like...
Well, because they were trying to make it like if it was a man.
He barely used his arms. Like, his arms just stayed still.
That's how it is in the original.
Yeah, I feel like that's what...
it more like the original.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, this kind of reminds me of like... Or like those old scenes of like the Japanese people in the bottom and then looking up at Godzilla like, Godzilla! And they're screaming at it. Like, that's what it reminded me of. But then...
And you don't like that, though?
No, it was just... It felt like they took one of those old movies and then tried to recreate it into a more modern 2024 film.
But they did it unsuccessfully, or what?
No, they did it successfully. I just didn't like it personally. I don't... Just because I'm so used to our Godzilla, maybe that's why.
Maybe.
I'm used to our more hip, vibing, arm moving...
Godzilla with sunglasses. Doing a dunk on Charles Barkley.
Yeah, I'm used to that Godzilla.
Okay, all right.
I think that's probably why, and that's why I wasn't like really fucking with this Godzilla.
What about the human stuff?
The story was actually pretty cool. I liked it.
Okay.
I liked it. It was kind of shitty for that guy to like tell the adopted daughter that they had, even though he really didn't adopt her. He just kind of like brought them into their home, just gave him a roof.
Yeah,
and he's like, I'm not your father.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, man, you don't gotta be that rude to the little kid.
I know. He felt bad though. He took it back almost immediately.
I hope so, because even like, because they were all sitting on the table and they're like, oh, is that your daughter? And the little girl looked at him and was like, Papa, and he was like, I'm not your father.
Oh my god, yeah, I know.
I was like, well, god damn, bro. Like, I think it's like, I'm not your father. Your father died in a fire or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Damn, bro.
He was stomped to death by Godzilla.
Right? Like, damn, you don't gotta be that fucking rude. That shit was fucked up.
I want to do more reviews, bro. So,
Oh, no problem, bro. Is there any other movies? I don't think it has to be specific with anime for sure, because I know the next possible anime movie that's coming out is the volleyball one.
Haikyuu or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's the next one that's probably coming out.
Yeah, and then there's also there's the fucking Chainsaw Man. There's Blue Lock,
which
those ones are for sure that we'll do those and watch it and do the review. But I don't know, like just more movies in general.
I did go to the movie theaters to watch the Empire of the Planet of the Apes.
Oh, you did? Oh, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes?
Kingdom of the I did watch that one actually.
Did you like it or no?
I did actually. I have.
What do you mean actually?
I have yet to like
see one of those that you didn't like.
See one of those Planet of the Apes movies that I do not like. I like them all.
So why do you say it like that?
Like what?
I actually like it.
Because I didn't think I was gonna like it.
Because you don't like movies?
No, I just didn't think I was gonna like it. I don't know why. I just had this weird thing that I was like, oh, maybe I'm not gonna like it. But I know you were like highly praising it last time we talked about it. You were like, oh, it's really good.
Well, I'm definitely biased because I love monkeys, but it definitely as like
I think the reason why is like I just didn't know where they were taking the story.
Oh, after Caesar?
After Caesar, like this was like after Caesar or AC.
AC?
After Caesar.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah.
So because the way
they talk about him,
they talk about him, like
Jesus or something?
He was Jesus. He was like he was the first kind, and we followed his word and his beliefs, and he was a firm but lovable leader,
firm but fair, bro.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean. He loved the humans, but the humans were his downfall, or just like or his downfall was the thought that we as monkeys or apes and humans can live or coincide in the same world, and that was Caesar's belief, and that was his downfall.
Now that you've seen it, I guess we can talk more about it. But
go for it. Is there? Because I know there was something you wanted to tell me, but you were like, watch it first.
I'm just always like that. Like I don't like to fucking spoil shit for people. Like if it's so definitely if you're listening to this, if you want to watch it, I would definitely watch it. But
it's a death watch. I feel like I didn't know what I was expecting because I was such a big fan of Caesar, and the last 3 movies was literally about him.
Yeah, but it's about
like him being the main character, but
kind of. It's about the apes. They're gonna do another main character.
Oh well, yeah.
But fucking so the thing that
did you like Noah? Because it seems like Noah is gonna be the future Caesar here.
Yeah, I did like him. Me and my son were kind of speculating if he was like a descendant of his or something.
Because the way they kind of look alike.
Yeah, and I don't want to be monkey racist, but he
all monkeys look alike.
Yeah, he definitely looked like.
No, he looked more like Caesar out of everybody else.
Even his orangutan friend kind of looked like the other orangutan. That but, except for the orangutan, the first one had like a wider face.
Yeah,
and this one had more of a like a slim face. But
not enough food going around, bro.
I guess I love that character. That was my favorite character when they fucking.
Did you like the tribe and the whole eagle thing?
I did. That's
the way they use the eagles for food.
That's what I was just about to say. That's why I knew I was gonna like it in the trailer, because whenever I know we had talked about it in the first movie when he said no and it being like such a big thing, and you were like, oh, it's not really that big a deal. It's 2 letters, but in the context of the movie, like to hear him speak, because he's doing sign language or whatever, and you kind of assume that eventually they are gonna speak. Now in the new one, they fucking talk like almost super fluid.
Yeah, all of them talk, but they still use the sign language as a sense of like if they're going hunting.
Right.
That's because that's the way they were using it right off the bat when they were going up these trees to get eggs. Yeah, I guess it's part of their ritual.
Yeah, to not like make too much noise or whatever.
Yeah,
but just like when you see them do certain human things, I don't know. Like it does, you do kind of see why they phrased it as like the rise to this planet of the apes. Like whenever you see them on like a horse, or when you see them,
and now it's
not drive
like
a car, but now they're like taming other animals.
Yeah, like it's becoming
crazy.
more normalized. Like riding horses is now, to see an ape on top of a horse is like whatever now. It's like
Right.
When we first saw it, we were like, damn, a fucking ape on top of a horse? That's crazy, bro.
Super cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But now, like watching this movie, it made me feel like they just normalized it. Like it was like whatever.
Yeah.
Seeing them ride the horse was.
But the new thing is them taming, birds, and
Yes.
someone who distrusts birds. In the beginning of the movie, his dad is the king of the birds or whatever, and he goes up to where like his birdhouse, and the birds don't fuck with him, and the birds are like picking him in the head and shit like that. And I was like, damn, that's me. That's me not like reluctantly trying to tame these birds, because they're not kings of the planet. It's the kingdom of the planet of the apes. They're the ones who can talk and walk and use tools and shit like that. But the birds still have the advantage, even though they're being tamed, because they have flight.
Yeah.
Like they have that ability over the animals. So I just love animals, man, and that's why I kind of like those movies a lot. So I'm happy to see where they're gonna go with the next ones.
One thing that I did like about it though is how it represents us, like the humans, in a sense of like these apes, they didn't know much about the past or like where they came from. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of it felt like our history, because sometimes we don't even know where we truly come from. We don't really know the past besides what people tell us,
right,
or besides what books they feed us and say like, well, this is our history.
Yeah, well, because the elders kind of did know, but then they just didn't really
tell them.
Right.
So then if it would have just kept on like that generation after generation, they wouldn't really know what truly happened, or they didn't even know that apes used to coexist with echoes. Well, what they call them, echoes.
Yeah.
Right? Which is AKA the humans that are infected with the virus, which takes away their speech. But they didn't know that they both coexisted in the world, that these echoes once talked and were literally the prime of you know what I mean, of
evolution chain.
They were the prime. They were innovating and making stuff, and and everything that they see, like, because it's funny, because when they pass the tunnel, he sees like an astronaut like statue on the wall and stuff like that, and he's like, I've never seen this before, like, because our ancestors or our tribe leaders never told us about this. So it's just to show you how quick and easy our history can be rewritten into whatever whatever is easier for them.
I feel like in this day and age, taking it to the real world, I don't think it will be lost, but I do think it can be rewritten. Like, have you ever seen like on
bro,
like Twitter or Facebook, like, oh, I'm gonna tell my kids this is Kevin Hart and Ron Johnson. That's a legit
way
thing
of rewriting something.
Young people are having kids, so they kind of make the rules.
Yeah,
like the people who are making the rules are younger and younger. I know right now in the election we have like two presidents that are like old as fuck, but after that it is young people kind of like running the show. So
I was just gonna say, like, in the future, maybe when we do blow up, they're gonna refer to you as the real young Morgan Freeman.
So let me tell you, and I don't know how much time we have, but my plan is to go to Alabama because I heard Morgan Freeman has a bar that he does out there, and there's like an annual festival that they do every year in April, and he's always there.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna go there
to meet him,
to try to meet him.
And be like,
and shake hands and transfer his Morgan Freeman powers from his hand to my hand, and then I will be the young Morgan Freeman.
the new young Morgan Freeman.
I can't wait. If I can get his blessing to use his name, oh my god, I go fucking crazy. I'm gonna tell him, like, yo, hey man,
you just gotta rewrite history, bro.
Then
when they pull up Morgan Freeman, it's your face,
right? Almost like do you think, I don't know, have you ever seen Space Jam, the new Space Jam, where they're like they're trying to get Michael Jordan, and they're like, oh, we got Michael Jordan, and it's Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, because they're like rewriting that shit.
So
I'm telling you, man. But back to the movie was great. I loved it.
Are you gonna watch the new Mad max, or it's
maybe
it's summertime and there's
no real summer movies, is there?
So I do trivia. I like read the trivia or whatever, and sometimes I learn a lot from reading the trivia. That Memorial Day weekend, weekend was the lowest weekend for movies like in the past like 10, 20 years.
We usually have like a good Memorial
Day
weekend movie.
Yeah, so we had that Mad Max. I don't know. The movies have been kind of weak lately.
It has. I feel like they're running out of ideas, bro. Like Hollywood in general is running out of ideas.
I mean, they're always running out of ideas. Like they're like the King Kong and Godzilla. Those are two other properties that they're just putting together.
Yeah.
Kung Fu Panda 4, you know.
It's just
usually you wrap it up in a trilogy, but now they're doing what, another 3 or just another 1?
Yeah. I'm telling you, brother. I feel like they low-key are running out of ideas, and I feel like we're in that era of a buffer before they can recycle old shit, and you know
they're always recycling. They're recycling new shit. They're gonna do a live action Moana, like if it's like an old movie.
I know, bro. It's Hollywood right now is very weird.
Hollyweird.
Did you ever see Madam Web?
No,
don't watch it.
It's on Netflix. Yeah, we're probably gonna watch it. Me and my girl.
I could not stand that fucking movie.
You watched it?
Like the first 20 minutes, and then I just exited out. The way they freaking recorded this movie, like whoever was behind the camera kept doing this fucking weird thing where he was zooming into a random object and then zoom out real quick and then zoom right back into the main character and then zoom right out. Like he just keeps fucking messing with the zoom button. Think about it like your dad having one of like those old age tape recorders, and he's just zooming into shit, zooming into out, zooming into you, and zoom.
That's like, me. Yeah,
that was Madam Web, bro.
So I saw this thing with the new Bad Boys movie, where it's like Will Smith, because I haven't seen it, or I don't even know if it's out. But
no, it's coming out this summer, I think. I think that's supposed to be like the summer hit movie.
I don't know, man.
The new.
I don't think so.
You don't like Bad Boys?
I don't dislike Bad Boys. I definitely like the first two. This third one.
I like the first.
That third
two.
Third movie. I think that was the last movie I saw in theaters before the pandemic happened.
Okay.
So that was like the last movie I saw before there were no more movies.
Well, it was Bad Boys 1 and 2, and then the third one is
Bad Boys for Life.
For life. And then the fourth one is now coming up.
But whatever. So there's a scene where Will Smith is like fighting all these bad guys, and the way they filmed it was he has like the camera on his chest. Mm-hmm. And then every time he would pull his gun, the camera would turn around and see what he's looking at. And then he'd pull his gun back, and then the camera would look at him. So it was like this whole thing. And I was like, that's super weird. And then they show it how it looks. And I'm like, yeah, it looks just like that. It doesn't look like a camera trick. It looks like he has a fucking camera on his chest.
And he just like, keeps switching?
Yeah.
Keeps turning?
So I'm like, nah, I'm not really into it. And I like Will Smith. And I love Martin Lawrence. But I don't know, I'm too old for those movies. for movies like that. Like, I need, not sophistication, but I can't, like, just going to the movies is not enough. I need something to invest in while I'm watching the movie.
Okay.
Like, I need a narrative. I need, like, you know, that's something that I've learned with these damn Jackie Chan movies is that they are all the same, kind of. They all follow the Rush Hour thing where there's a mysterious bad guy. Oh, and Jackie Chan is the only police officer who believes that this guy even exists. And this nigga killed his partner or his dad or his son, and he's trying to get revenge. And the police captain is like, oh my God, you're crazy, Jackie Chan. This guy doesn't exist. And then he spends this whole movie trying to chase this guy. Then he finds him, and then you think it's him, but then it's not him. It's the other guy. It's the obvious good guy that is a bad guy from the beginning, which is either the police captain or, you know, the mayor or this philanthropist that's in the news.
Yeah.
All those movies are like that. So I can't watch another movie like that, which is why we've been kind of slowing down with the damn Jackie Chan or the Extrava Jackie Chanza. So
it becomes repetitive, like the story.
Yeah. And, you know, once every 2-3 years, but then when you're doing it like this, like for family movie night, I'm like, God damn, this is another fucking Rush Hour. But it's with, instead of Chris
plot.
Tucker, it's Jackass.
Yeah.
You know?
I get you. Yeah.
So I can't watch like a Bad Boys movie.
Me personally,
right
though,
now.
Bad Boys 1 and 2, I don't think you needed Bad Boys for Life or this one, personally. I feel like they're just getting too old for this. But Bad Boys 1 and 2 is the prime.
Yeah?
Like prime Will Smith. Prime
Martin Lawrence?
Martin Lawrence, yes. Like those are just, if you watch and you just compare it to Bad Boys, the jokes don't even hit.
Yeah, they get kind of old.
Yeah, like the vibes just don't hit no more.
In the number 3, they're like,
and the whole
the young
suave
kids.
Will Smith character that he plays, you know what I'm talking about? 1 and 2, he got it packed down. I can see this man pulling bitches from left to right, no question.
I mean, he's still Will Smith.
But hit Bad Boys for Life, and then the other one, I just don't see it anymore, bro.
No,
they're just too old to be pulling
old?
bitches
That. You don't think Denzel Washington can still?
I mean, they can because they're them. But I mean, like as the character that they play in the movie, I just feel like they're too old to be doing all that. You know
So the real life Will Smith can pull girls, but the movie, what's this guy's name?
Detective. I can't remember his name. Detective.
No, I do know his name. Mike Lowry. Mike Lowry.
But that joke hits so perfect in 1 and 2. You know what I mean? I'd rather just. If somebody said
I think that's your nostalgia, though.
But it's a nostalgia, bro. But it's like if you would have said like, "Yo, we're gonna do movie night. We're gonna do Bad Boys," I said, skip the last 2. Let's just do 1 and 2. That's it. I'm Gucci.
I kind of think that we should have followed Will Smith because my dad says that that Gemini Man, where it's like Will Smith versus young Will Smith.
Yes, I know what you're talking about now.
He said that movie was good.
Yeah, I'm trying to recollect it, but I know I've seen it. I've seen a lot of Will Smith movies, bro. I love.
Right.
7 Pounds was one of my favorite.
Yeah, that's a good one. Pursuit of Happiness.
Pursuit of Happiness will always be like up there, bro. That shit made me cry. Yeah. That shit made me respect my father and the things that he tried to do to push us forward. Right. You know what I mean? Like that's a beautiful, good movie. He's done a lot of good movies, bro.
Right, which is
iRobot.
I do like that movie.
I like that one. I can't wait where the new one that's coming out. I Am Legend.
Yeah,
with Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, I feel like that was gonna be a good one.
I hope so.
That was the one that everybody wanted. Everybody wanted a second part. I wanted a second part because they had 2 alternative endings for that movie. Yeah. So the first alternative ending, he dies in that explosion. So you're like, okay, there's nowhere else to go from here. He technically found the cure, passed it on, he dies. Alternative version number 2, he lives. So it's kind of like one of those dead walking kind of thing. Like, but the zombies were so cool, bro.
Yeah,
that
one made me cry.
Badass. The zombies in those movies were fucking badass, bro.
Yeah.
And I just love Will Smith's character in I Am Legend. Like the whole going to the movie Blockbuster, renting out DVDs and talking to the mannequins and
yeah, he was crazy.
Like, what's up, Rick? You doing good? How's the wife? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I love the part where he like drives and he's like, I can't remember the name of the mannequin, but I'm just gonna say Richard, how the fuck did you get here? Don't play with me, Richard. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how did you move?
Yeah.
You real, Richard? Are you fucking real?
He shoots him.
Right?
He's like, crazy, man. And the scene where he's like reciting Shrek like word for word because he's seen it like 100 times. Yep. That would be me, bro. That'd be me in the damn I Am Legend.
I'm telling you, man. Will Smith was top tier actor at his time. I feel like he's kind of falling off. But in Bad Boys,
he's not really, trying to get girls. He is still doing action. So you're okay to see him fight zombies, but not the cartels?
What do you mean?
For the Bad Boys, like the new Bad Boys.
Look,
I'm too old to be bad boys. He needs to be bad men. Bad old men.
Bad old men. I get the whole for life. I seen it because I was excited. You going off 1 and 2. You're like, okay, like, oh man, this is my childhood right here. Let me let me see what this new movie is about. I just personally didn't like it.
No,
I just didn't like it. I feel like they should have just left it at 1 and 2. But whatever, we got Bad Boys for Life.
Well, because sometimes they come back with a banger. Like I remember, I felt the same way about Toy Story 4. I was like, oh, you did 1, 2, and 3, and it's so good. And they ended the third one great.
Yeah, but you can't mess that up because that's animated. Like Woody's not getting any older.
So,
the only characters are getting
Tom
older.
Hanks is.
The only characters that are getting older is just a human. But when was Andy such a key role in?
He's old as fuck in the third one.
Well, yeah, but when was he like such a key role in the movies? You barely see him. He's just there as like the owner, like, oh, we gotta go back to Andy, and then they go through like that little mission of getting from A to B, which is back to Andy.
So like in the I Am Legend situation.
Okay.
So if Michael B. Jordan is the new I Am Legend, is that why you think that movie's gonna be a little bit better? You hate to see people get old in movies, or?
Yeah, because it just doesn't hit anymore. Like Will Smith can't do the same actions. Well, maybe he still can because he looks way more mobile than Lawrence does. Lawrence looks really stiff. Like he's no longer can do what he can do back in Bad Boys 1.
Yeah, I mean that's part of the story too. Is that he's like, hey, well, I'm fucking not doing this
I mean,
anymore.
he's like, I'm getting old. Like I can, damn, bro, it's time to retire. Like,
yeah, really.
So but they do play that sense. But I'm saying like the reason I loved Bad Boys 1 and 2 was the action scenes, the comedy that played with it. You know what I mean? Like just the old Miami vibes and stuff like that. Like, yo, let's hop on a boat and go to Cuba just to drink some mojitos and come right back to Miami.
Yeah.
Like, it's the shit that Will Smith was doing. Like, you know what I mean? I loved it, bro. But let's try to wrap this up, and I want to wrap it up with a question.
Go ahead.
All right, man. This is an anime question.
Yeah.
Just to, like, wrap it up. Okay. If you could be a voice actor for any anime character, who would you choose?
If I could be a voice actor
For any anime character, who would you choose?
I do not know, bro. I want to say Dr. Stone, like Senku, but somebody who's like me. I guess if they ever turn Miles Morales into an anime, that's who I kind of want to be.
Miles Morales.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that too. I was like, because the first thing that came to my mind was like, do I have the voice to be a voice actor?
I think I do, yeah.
Do you think you do? So then what character would you play? Would you want to play a black character?
Right. So I, even though I think I have the voice to be a voice actor, I would want to play somebody who's like me. This way I can just talk in my normal voice. Maybe, any of the characters from the fucking Cloud Village. Like
From Naruto?
From Naruto. Anybody from there.
Okay.
I'm thinking of like Megalobox. If I could be the guy from Megalobox.
No?
I don't know. What about you?
I would say one of the numbers from Afro Samurai.
One of the brothers?
Yeah, one of the brothers.
Which one?
Whichever one.
Yeah, because
I would just be one of the brothers.
Yeah, you'd have to be all of them.
Hey, it's Kaylee Cuoco for Priceline. Ready to go to your happy place for a happy price? Well, why didn't you say so? Just download the Priceline app right now and save up to 60% on hotels. So whether it's Cousin Kevin's Kazoo Concert in Kansas City, go Kevin, or Becky's Bachelorette Bash in Bermuda, you never have to miss a trip ever again. So download the Priceline app today. Your savings are waiting.
Go to your happy place for a happy price. Go to your happy price, Priceline.
Is it voiced by the same actor?
No, I don't know if they are.
Oh.
Except, maybe all of them except for the one that looks the most different. Like I think Brother Six.
Brother Six. I would just be one of the brothers.
Why?
I don't know, because there's just some of them they all have like weird personalities. So I would have like my own personality, like that. But I would want it to be like my personality, like where like you said, like I don't have to change up my voice.
Yeah,
It just be me.
I mean, now that you bring it up, but I think Afro Samurai would be kind of dope.
To be a voice actor, I don't think I would want to be the voice actor because I don't know if I can stand next to.
Oh yeah, like Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, I don't know if I can stand next to his voice, but I would love to be a voice actor in that anime.
Yeah,
and I think being one of the brothers would be pretty cool. Like,
yeah. No, if I could be a voice actor in any anime, that'd be dope. But yeah,
I'd be like brother number 5.
Well, because in that anime, Ninja is also Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
So that'd be pretty dope. Like to play a wild character, but then also like this guy who doesn't talk too much and get out of the way. I'm gonna cut you in half.
What you mean, Afro ain't got the number 1 headband?
Hey man,
I wish they would bring back Afro Samurai, bro. I really do. Or like Samurai Champloo season 2. I think that'd be dope. Just bring back some like good of those iconic animes.
I don't know, maybe.
But definitely Afro Samurai. I feel like it was just so short, bro. Like I know it was like
5 episodes.
5 episodes and 2 movies, right?
5 episodes of 1 movie.
Oh, 1 movie. 5 episodes, 1 movie, and 1 video game. And it kind of felt like they could with the little kid, the way it
That's
ended.
why they made fucking follow that little boy.
That would be the next step, since he did get the number 1 headband and he did give the little boy the number 2 and he did kill his like adopted father.
Yeah, but
so that would be his.
I think Samuel L. Jackson would do it as well.
Because he still sound the same.
Yeah, and it's voice acting. It's not like he has to like move around.
Yeah.
Like in those Marvel movies, like the new ones, he's kind of like slow. like
Lawrence, they're just getting tighter, bro. They're stiffening up.
Yeah, and they keep demanding them to do these big jumps.
Yeah, they can't do it anymore, bro. That's true, man. Well, thank you guys for listening to us. Like always, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, follow us wherever we're at. And if you guys are listening on the Apple Podcast, don't forget to leave a review. We would love to shout out your review. Let us know what you think of the podcast. Remember, always to compliment your sandwich. Yeah, and then if you're listening to on Spotify, don't forget to give 5 stars.
5 stars.
Yes,
Nothing but less than 5 stars.
Exactly. And I'm going to let X sign us out.
Tune in next time for scenes from the next episode of the Hyperbolic Filler.
And we're out. Deuces.